Ever wonder why making a masterclass feels like building a rocket ship out of Legos? You've got all the pieces, but somehow it never looks like the picture on the box. Here's the cheat code. AI ChatGPT, boom, instant scriptwriter. Google Lambs, that's your smart buddy who keeps you from saying something dumb on camera. Google Whisk, the magic art blender. Throw in a subject, a scene, a style, and out pops an image that makes you look like you hired Pixar. And Heygen, that's your stunt double on screen, looking sharp while you're actually filming in sweatpants with coffee stains on your shirt. The crazy part? Advisors using these tools aren't grinding behind the scenes. They've got people running it for them. So they just show up, drop their knowledge, and boom, professional content machine. Stick around, because once you see how simple this really is, you're never going to stress about content again.
Welcome to the Digital Advisor Weekly Broadcast. Looking to boost your business with the latest trends, innovative tech, and must-have resources? Join us to discover how to successfully scale your practice and automate the process. Here to guide you is your host, the dynamic leader of Advisor Marketing Hub and managing partner at American Financial, Rob Sousa.
Hey everyone, Rob Sousa, the real Rob Sousa here for another episode of the Digital Advisor Weekly, the show where we take the messy, overcomplicated world of digital marketing, run it through a blender, and serve it up so simple that even your neighbor who still prints his emails every day could create a masterclass. All right, jokes aside, tell me if this sounds familiar. You decide that this is it. Finally, I'm going to make a masterclass. And you sit down, you open a blank document, you got the blinking cursor, and 10 minutes in, you start thinking about who could lend you a slide deck or presentation that you could modify and use it yourself instead of creating a whole new one from scratch. But then you have to figure out which camera to use, lighting, microphone, and you got to set up the tripod, hit record, and suddenly the camera angle makes you look like you're a talking head. You know, those videos you've seen on YouTube where somebody's like this? Yeah, that's right. We've all struggled with it. Camera up the nose with a picture of the ceiling tiles from an office building. We've seen them all. Don't be that guy or girl. And then you decide, that's it. I'm finally making that masterclass, but I'm not going to do it myself. And the lighting is always an issue. There's either fluorescent light glow on the forehead, or you got light haze coming from out one of the nearby windows that you can't seem to dampen or get rid of without making the room go dark. Don't get me started about editing. Most of us are forced to, or at least give in and eventually ask our kids or our grandkids to help us edit. But then it turns out looking like a TikTok reel with the wrong orientation. That's not going to work for a masterclass with high net worth students. By the time you think about captions, thumbnails, uploading, and promoting, yeah, you just lost a week's worth of work, and all that time could have been spent with your clients. And the real problem is, it's not that you don't know your stuff. Most of you are brilliant at what you do. It's that making content is like a whole nother job added to your already insane schedule. You've got to be a writer, a director, an editor, a designer, a social media manager. And honestly, you didn't sign up for all that. Meanwhile, the advisors who are showing up consistently, they're getting remembered. They're top of mind. And that's because of something called mere exposure effect. Now, it's a fancy science term. Simple idea, the more people see you, the more they trust you. 6 to 8 times that they see you, they remember you. Show up once a month, they'll forget. Show up every week, they might remember you. Show up every day through social media and a weekly broadcast, and then all of a sudden you become a familiar face. So it's not your ideas that are the problem. It's the workflow. The system is so heavy, it crushes most advisors before they can even hit upload. But what if it didn't have to be that way? What if all the heavy lifting was just handled for you? So stick with me, because that's exactly where we're headed next.
My video looks like a horror film, and I just lost 3 hours editing and I said in the video.
Or you could just let me handle that.
Write, design, and even put me on camera?
I did not even need to be on camera or do much at all.
That's the magic of AI and VAs. Skip the grind and launch your masterclass so easy.
So if creating a masterclass feels like a 3-job circus, then how do we make it simple? And that's where AI comes in. And I would also venture to say VAs, but with AI, we'll stick with that for now. The big picture, let's cover the ones that we use and that we are going to walk you through on Friday during our live masterclass. First is ChatGPT. It handles your ideas and turns them into scripts so that you never face that blank page stare with the blinking cursor again. And then Google Labs keeps you sharp. It fact checks everything and research done for you so it sounds like you're a pro and, well, the pro that you are. But fact check it. And I always say, check multiple AI models to make sure that your information is correct. And then Google Whisk. That's the artist in the room. It blends your subject, your scene, your style into custom images that look like you've got a design team hiding in the back closet. Wouldn't we all like a production crew? But not the price tag. And Heygen, of course, we've been talking about Heygen now for weeks because it's my new favorite tool along with the rest of my team because it's so much fun to play with. And that's your on-screen double, where we can create a clone of you so that you can be on the beach while we're recording and filming and producing any sort of piece of content. And we'll see how you can even recycle that content over and over again for social media posts. You can literally have a polished video without even ever having to turn on your camera. Here's the cool part. Put these tools together and suddenly one masterclass episode isn't just one video. It's the whole content machine, long form, short form, posts, emails, visuals, all pulled from the same source, mixed up, recycled, reposted. Now, don't worry about the how right now, because inside our upcoming masterclass on Friday, I'm going to walk you through the exact process, step by step, prompts, workflows, real examples, the whole playbook. We're going to open it up and let you see inside the system. Right now, I just want you to see what's possible. I want you to start imagining. I want you to start getting creative. AI isn't about replacing you. It's about making sure that your message actually gets out there without chewing up all your nights and weekends. Just a quick reminder, we'll be answering questions and comments that you've sent throughout the week, as well as any new ones. If you drop them in the comments today, we'll do our best to try and answer them live in real time. Looks like we have a comment from Luke. This all sounds powerful, but how do I make sure my masterclass still feels personal and not just AI generated? Great question. And Luke, the technology is getting better. Like, we have produced clips, and then when I mention that I'm not 100% happy with the result and we rerun the exact same clip 10 days later, the technology has improved in 10 days. It's absolutely amazing. My encouragement to you is keep training your clone, your AI clone, until it is producing content that you cannot tell the difference between you and your clone to most of your close family and friends. All right. So we know that AI won't replace your personality, but it does handle the busy work so that you can focus on stories and style. So that's what keeps masterclasses authentically you.
Breaking news, advisors everywhere are losing hours trying to film masterclasses. Reports say videos look like witness protection tapes and editing takes longer than a Marvel movie.
That's right, Joe. I am here on the street and I had a chance to speak with other advisors saying AI and virtual assistants are stepping in and making their lives so much easier.
I used to spend hours stressing over scripts, lighting, and edits, and my videos still looked amateur. With AI and a virtual assistant team,
I finally launched my masterclass. Now I just show up, share my expertise, and everything else is done for me.
And to piggyback on my last answer, you can see that each of the B-roll films that we're showing in between segments is actually all AI generated in order to deliver the message that supports the information that we're giving out today, and that you can also then integrate. We'll show you an example a little bit later in today's live cast, and you'll get a chance to see how you can use these B-roll segments also recycled into your social media to promote either your broadcast or your masterclass that you are trying to create. All right, so AI gives us essentially an entire team, which feels like a superpower. ChatGPT writes, Google Labs keeps it accurate, Google Whisk makes it look polished, and Heygen, well, it puts you on screen. So why isn't every advisor posting studio level content every week? Well, because even with superpowers, somebody still has to wear the cape. Somebody has to do the work. And that's where it becomes overwhelming. So here's the real life dilemma that most of us in the financial industry face. One, time. Scripts need polishing, files need naming, clips need cutting, captions need fixing, posts need scheduling, and it's like trying to fly a plane with also having to do all the jobs of the stewardess on the plane, serving snacks and rolling carts down aisles. It just can't be done. It's too many moving parts. 3, the problem is consistency. You can do it once, maybe twice, but every week starts to feel like an immense burden and wipe out an entire working day from your schedule. And that's where most people tap out because of personal life, vacations, and so they'll disappear for a month. And I don't blame them. 2 weeks ago, I disappeared for a week too. So with the ability to create a consistent clone, entire pieces of content can happen entirely without you. Quality control is probably the last issue, and tiny stuff derails you, like bad lighting, weird audio, thumbnails. All of that is completely frustrating and makes you feel like you're chasing your tail. Quick story, we were at a local mall here in Southern California, and we recorded about 10 really great man on the street interviews of Gen Xers, oh my goodness, Gen Zers, about what they knew about graduating from college and then how much would they need to invest in order to be successfully retired by age 65. We got back to the studio and we started downloading all of the content just to realize the microphones weren't working. They were working, but something was wrong with them. And so it sounded so horrible, we couldn't use any of the clips and lost an entire day's worth of work. Yeah, that wasn't fun. And it even happened to us, which we do this twice a week. So if it happens to us, I know it happens to you. So the message isn't the problem, the workload is. It's not one big task. It's 20 or 30 small ones that gang up on your calendar. Now imagine this instead. You stay the voice, the expert. It's your creativity. It's your personality. But a skilled team runs the entire system. The AI prompts, the fact checks, the Whisk visuals, Heygen delivery, the edits, the captions, everything, including the scheduling and promoting of whatever content you create. You approve and the team deploys. You look consistent and always like a pro without living inside the editing software. All right, that's the move. This video is just a quick overview. Inside the masterclass is Friday at 8 a.m. I'll break down how the whole machine works together. Who does what in what order, and how our done-for-you VA team runs, manages it so that you can scale without all the extra work that's involved and the distraction from your real job, the important part of your job, meeting with clients, building relationships. So stick around. Next, I'll show you what the PCE pipeline, that's personalization, customization, and execution. I'll show you what that pipeline looks like when it's done completely right, and how you can make it yours. Looks like, yep, I'm getting pinged for a question. Diane from Los Angeles, just up the road from me. If AI handles so much, why can't I just do all this myself instead of bringing in a team? Great question. And if you noticed how many different softwares we mentioned, and it's because the softwares, the different softwares have different strengths and weaknesses, and you want to be able to use the best of each piece of software, and learning how to stitch them together is usually the challenge. Plus, you have to log in, you have to post them, you have to schedule them, and I'm sure there's a way to automate the entire process. But when we automate the entire process for someone, usually what happens is you start to lose the personal touch of making sure that your personality comes through in the process. Okay, let's hit the next clip and then we'll continue.
All right, just need a script. Oh, wait, also captions. Oh, and thumbnail. Oh, no, client call in 5 minutes. Can't take this anymore.
Get the hose over here. We need more water.
Don't worry, our team is here to help.
I'm firefighter Google Whisk. Visuals reinforced and the presentation's fireproof.
I'm firefighter Jen. Face deployed on screen and message fully rescued.
I'm Lieutenant ChatGPT. Script was drafted, fire contained at the source.
I am VA Captain Sousa. With our crew, the advisor stays on the mic as the expert. We run the operation. Prompts, edits, captions, and posts. You give the all clear, and we deploy.
So here's the reality. Even with AI in your corner, ChatGPT, writing scripts, Google Ads, keeping you smart, Whisk making your slides look sexy, Heygen putting your face on the screen so that you're building your own personal brand as people become familiar with you, someone still has to connect the dots. And if that someone is you, hey, congrats. You gave yourself a second career in video production, except it pays in stress and coffee stains. That's why smart advisors lean on done-for-you teams like virtual assistants or production companies. Doesn't matter whose team. Could be your cousin with an editing talents for you, or could be a pro VA crew. Could be. A service like Advisor Marketing Hub's VA team. It's also available to you. Point is, you shouldn't be playing IT marketer, editor, producer, copywriter. You can only be good at so many things at once. Stick to what you're good at. Let us handle the rest. Now, let's do a quick breakdown. One, got to make sure there's personalization, because otherwise it's not believable and you're not going to build an authentic brand. And the team will make sure that the AI doesn't spit out content that sounds like it's been written by a robot or somebody who's not you with your personality. And make sure that there is customization, some creativity. You don't want something that is AI driven from start to finish. You want to bring in different ideas, stitch them together. You be the creator, the producer. And your campaigns actually will look like your brand and they'll be authentic. And that's important. And then execution. They'll hit the buttons that you need so that you don't have to. The edits, captions, thumbnails, uploads, and the boring but crucial stuff like SEOing a video before it goes out and the description you put with it. All of that is critical. And why not hire people who this is all they do for a living, but all the content is created to be authentically you. That's the 30,000 foot view. The deep dive, that's happening in our Masterclass Friday, 8 a.m. There's going to be a link in the chat that you can click on so that you can register and show up live, because that's where we deliver free services, use your guys' ideas to create content, and we deliver that content to you if you show up live. And I'll walk you through the entire process, step by step, done for you so that you could literally launch your own team if you wanted to, or use your existing team without you touching a single editing timeline. So again, there it is. I just saw it post in the chat. If you want to click on that and join us on Friday, I encourage you to do that. You will get a free piece of content developed by AI for you. So think of your best idea and come prepared. All right, Sam from Charlotte, North Carolina. Why would I pay for a done-for-you team if if AI already makes creating content so easy? I think that just goes back to what we were talking about before, where it's not just about editing. It's about stitching all the pieces that matter. You could edit a great video, but if you don't post it with the right SEO and key terms and backlinks and a good thumbnail and a good hook, then it won't matter how good the rest of the content is, because nobody will see it. So it's important to use a team that knows what ingredients go in the recipe. All right, Janet from Fresno. Do it all myself is exhausting. A team really, I can't read the rest of it. Yeah, is the missing piece. I agree with you 100%. And that made all the difference for me. And it made me feel less intimidated when Wednesday mornings comes around. I'm no longer stressed out trying to work on the project so that I can post or live stream every Wednesday. So it is a missing piece, and it made all the difference for me as well, allowing me to be more consistent. So, all right, let's look at the full battle plan.
Command, do you copy? I repeat, do you copy? Command, I can't keep up. Scripts, edits, captions, uploads. I'm a one-man army out here.
Stand down, soldier. You don't win wars alone.
AI gives you the weapons. ChatGPT, Whisk, Heygen. But without a team to deploy, it's chaos.
So what's the strategy?
We provide the tech. The team runs the mission. Together, you stay the commander. We deliver victory.
Copy that. Now, where do I get the full battle plan?
All right, you've seen the big picture. AI can help you script it, fact check it, make it look good, even deliver it on camera. And with the right team behind you, you're not just making videos. You're running a content machine. It's like free advertising. That's what's so amazing about social media. It doesn't cost anything other than an investment of time. Is it going to be your time? Or are you going to hire someone who can manage the whole project for you, but cut down their time invested by 75% because they're going to use the right AI tools? Join us on Friday and we'll show you exactly what they are. You can train any VA to manage these tools for you and execute on the strategy that we're going to give you. But here's the deal. What I gave you today, it's just like a highlight reel. The play-by-play, exact prompts and workflows, behind the scenes, all of that is going to be revealed on Friday at 8 a.m. So again, you can scroll up in the show notes, or you can go to the show notes or scroll up in the comments and you'll find the link to register. But don't just sit and think about the possibility. I would encourage you to get started. Anything's better than nothing. You got to get your face out there to meet people and build an audience. And you can only do that by getting out and shaking hands. Now you can do it digitally working for you 24 hours a day by leveraging your social media and creating content that represents your brand authentically. So don't stop staring at a blank screen. Register, show up on Friday, bring your best ideas, and you're going to walk away with something that you can use starting next week. Let's look at a really quick clip of a masterclass we just started developing, and it's a first draft. And so we're going to look at, I think, at the first like 20 seconds.
Mom, Dad, are we still going to be okay for college?
We're figuring it out.
I've heard this question too many times. Families who did everything right, worked hard, saved, invested, now asking if they'll be okay. And too often the answer is not the way they were promised. For decades, Washington told us that if we played by the rules, our retirement would be secure. But what if those rules were written to benefit them and not you? And what if those rules were implemented long before our generation?
Well, there you have it. Sneak peek. We'll show the full episode on Friday's masterclass. But that's a wrap for today's episode of the Digital Advisor Weekly. And if this overview got your wheels turning, wait till you see the full breakdown this Friday at 8 a.m., where I'll show you exactly how to use AI and a done for you team to pump out a masterclass that looks studio level without you having to lose hours out of your work week or sleep trying to stay up all night. So until then, keep it simple, keep it consistent, and keep showing up as the expert in your field, the loudest voice in the room. Make sure you're the authority in your area of expertise and give your audience what they need. Until then, I'll see you in the digital world.